to Watson's Models. Welcome back to Watson's Models, part 9 of the M422. And I am doing little teeny tiny photo etch. See the windshield supports, the air intake. It's not really focusing, is it? Windshield wipers. This stuff is tiny. And again, this particular one, we're going to do that version. So there's no jump seats in it. No topos, no top, none of that stuff. So this one would be a little bit easier, but the photo etch is something else. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. So today we got the windshield wipers on. Those are photo etch, very tiny. You can see right here we've got the they're like bumpers, you know, so when the windshield goes down, these will rest on the hood. We've got these metal straps which are there to hold the air intake in place, hinge, and the support rods which I cut out of brass rod. And I just used a piece of this stuff here. A lot of photo etch, man. And there's the little machine gun mounts, you know, for the M16. But the windshield assembly, there was a lot more involved in this one than there was this. This one did have the wiper blades on the top side with the wiper blade guards. This windshield does not have that. So yeah, looking a little dusty and stuff, but, you know, now that this stuff's together, we'll go ahead and start working on some of the finished paint work on it. Also, I noticed on both kits, and it must have been a molding thing, there was a hole there and a hole there, which I patched, and we'll get those cleaned up, you know, get all this dust off of here, and we're going to get some clear coat going. So we'll continue to work on this. I'll go ahead and paint these silver or chrome silver inside, and we'll put the lenses in when I'm ready. We still have some shackle work to do on that version, but it's getting there. I figured I'd just talk about it as opposed to showing you, you know, me putting the parts on, because I was inventing all kinds of words. And the frame, not the frame, but the windshield film is a bit wavy. That's what comes with the kit, and you have to cut that stuff out, but it's just not a super clear product. I think what I'm going to do is test the floor wax stuff that I have on a scrap piece, just to see if it, you know, helps out with the clarity at all. But otherwise, it's coming along. And Daryl and Lida got their Mite finished, and I'll post a couple pictures of that, and it's going to be at an event today. So hers is kind of set up like this one, and it looks really good. All right, stay tuned. So I'm back. The video's kind of been interrupted, but because I'm on a different day, a different shirt, different hat, and I have different glasses, by the way, okay? I can see freaking Brazil from here, right? But I can't see this. Like many of us that get older, these, I think, are like 1.5 or 1.25 or something like that. It's great for the distance I am for the camera, but it's horrible for working on this small 422. So I upped my game. Went and spent another, oh my God, $10, and got these. And they're a lot, you can see they're a lot thicker. And I forget what these are, they're 2 something. But they're perfect when I have to be up close like this and working on details. So they serve as a magnifying glass, obviously, as opposed to these glasses, and then I have to have the Jeep this far away. So that's why you see me in different glasses sometimes when I'm talking. But when we left off, I did get the snorkel on, okay? And there was a lot of fine bits in here. We had to create, I'm trying to get this thing to focus for you. Had to create the supports for the windshield, those bars. That's just made out of regular copper wire. And there are probably, let me count here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 8, 9, 10. There's roughly 10 pieces of freaking photo etch and two teeny tiny little supports for the windshield. I mean, they're small. They won't even focus, will it? I don't know where the camera is. Anyhow, so that's on there. We got some of the reflectors painted. The orange parking lights, the red reflectors on the back. I started painting the snorkel, and what I used there was a dirt color, okay? Because if you look at the photograph of the original one that I have, it's almost like a dark brown overall color with a cream colored stitching inside this material, because it's a flexible hose. I don't know what it's made of, but it doesn't look black to me. So I'm going to try to mimic the pictures as best I can. So I had that painted on there, and I'm going to go ahead and dry brush some dark brown. And we're going to do that now. Let that dry, and I'm going to put a wash on it and see what that does. I don't know if I'm going to use a wash of dust or a wash of brown or black or whatever. We'll see what happens. But anyhow, let's get started and wrap episode 9 up. So for the windshield supports, where is my... I use this .41 millimeter, what is that, 25 gauge wire, and just pulled out a length of it and straightened it out the best I could. Cut it to length, super glued it on, bada bing, bada boom. You can tell here that we're through most of the photo etch. There's a lot of photo etch, including, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but those are little wing nuts, okay? And I don't know if I want to be able to get those on or not, but those are the wing nuts that go on both ends of the support rod, because it unscrews, the windshield folds down, and then those bars fold in on top of the cowl. All right, so yeah, let's do a little dark brown. I'll just put a small drop of that in there. And I want to get my handy dandy dry brush deal. Get it a little bit wet. Okay. Just a little bit of paint. And remember, brush most of it off. And the camera's not going to pick this up. I just know it. I'm sorry, guys. Anyhow, I'm just slowly darkening the outer ridges. Let's darken that up just a hair. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to use the dark brown panel line accent color. It's good. Don't need much. All right, let that dry. We're going to put some little chrome inside the headlight area before we put the lenses on. And for that, I'm just using this Model Air chrome. some potent stuff, man. You don't need a lot of it at all. This is the part where you hold your breath and stick your tongue out. And if you got shaky hands like me, don't panic. Because we can always come back and touch up the green. All right. We want that reflection behind the clear lens. All right, little headlights. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. I'll let this stuff dry. I had a couple of touch-up areas too that I did. But you can see the details for that windshield frame. There's just a lot going on there. And I think the weapons mount looks pretty cool. See how small those wiper blades are? And I'll have to address that and get that smoother. But I'm not a big fan of the window film because it's not crystal clear like it should be. That's what came with the kit. But that's where we're at. And yeah, stay tuned. All right, that's part 9. Get out there and work on something, will you? Put a part on. Go just put one little part on. And you can feel like you accomplished something. Get that light out of the way. And, hey, you know, if your bench isn't messy, you ain't doing it right.